probably sleeping.
Hugh Penvillin here.
Hello, Mr. Penvillin. This is Nancy Drew. I'm the one who's visiting Linda. You know, from the United States, across the pond.
Yes, of course. Are you at Blackmoor?
Yes, I am, and I've talked to Linda.
Good for you, because frankly, that's something I've been quite unable to do lately. These temper tantrums of hers make rational discourse well nigh impossible.
She gets angry for no reason?
Absolutely none. We'll be talking on the phone about the weather or Jane's lessons or something equally innocuous, and suddenly she'll be bellowing at me and slamming the phone down.
Are you sure you didn't inadvertently say something, argumentative?
I promise you, these rages of hers are totally uncalled for and quite unbearable. I love her dearly, but she's making things very difficult.
I understand that Mrs. Drake is your aunt?
Yes, Aunt Letitia. We're not very close, however. She's always been rather aloof, much more interested in being a Penvillin than a person, if you know what I mean.
Does Linda get along with her?
As far as I know, yes, although I have caught my aunt eyeing Linda strangely at times. And of course there's the 6-month habitation clause.
The what?
According to the Penvillin rules of inheritance, the spouse of Blackmoor Manor's current owner, that would be Linda since I'm the current owner, the spouse of the current owner must reside in the manor for at least 6 months. Should she or he leave the manor before 6 months is up, ownership of one half of the estate immediately passes to the next legal heir.
And that would be Mrs. Drake.
Correct.
I met your daughter Jane.
Quite the bundle of energy, isn't she?
I get the feeling that she's a little lonely.
I'm sure she is, what with a private tutor instead of school and Linda being under the weather. And coming back to Blackmoor no doubt reminds her of her real mother. Renee and I were divorced almost 2 years ago. Jane went into a bit of a tailspin for a while, but she's come to adore Linda. She's been calling her Mummy since the day we were married.
What do you know about the secret passageways here at Blackmoor?
Only that they're hundreds of years old and are undoubtedly dangerously decayed. Jane has been ordered to stay out of them. Fortunately, it's highly doubtful she'll even figure out how to get in them.
Did you ever go in them?
I vaguely recall blundering into one when I was a child, but it was very dark and ended rather abruptly, and I found the whole experience to be rather unremarkable. When I told my father what I'd discovered, he merely shrugged, agreed that the passageways were dark, decrepit, and pointless, suggested that I stay out of them, and that was the end of it.
Have you spent much time on your father's computer, the one that's in the library?
I dare say I've never touched it. Mathematics, computer science, linguistics, all the things that fascinated my scholarly father bored me to tears. He gave up on me quite early on. With Jane, however, it was a different story.
What do you mean?
From the day she was born, my father doted on her, far more than he ever doted on me. Read to her, bought her books, games. Truth be told, I was a bit jealous. He passed away when she was still a toddler, so it's unlikely she remembers all the attention he showered on her. But I do, and I still find it so out of character as to be mystifying.
Are you the one who hired Ethel to be Jane's tutor?
No, that was my aunt's doing.
Mrs. Drake?
Yes, she absolutely insisted. She said the Bossinies had been tutoring the Penvillins for centuries and that I was duty-bound to continue the tradition. She kept saying that it's what her brother would have wanted.
Her brother being Alan, your father?
Yes, and I must say I've been quite pleased with Ethel. She's a fine young woman, and Jane seems to enjoy her lessons, strange as they are.
What do you mean by strange?
Ethel demands that Jane study history, obscure history, Penvillin history. They discuss events that even I, as a direct descendant, find inconsequential, to say nothing of deadly dull.
Who's Uncle Roger?
That would be my ex-wife's brother.
Do you have any idea what he'd have in common with a guinea pig?
A guinea pig? Well, seeing as most guinea pigs are covered with hair and Roger's pate is rather sparsely populated, In my opinion, he would have nothing in common with a guinea pig, save perhaps its IQ. Why do you ask?
It's a long story. What do you know about the Beast of Blackmoor?
Pure medieval fiction, the product of little minds in an era of dangerously little education. I have forbidden Ethel to so much as mention it to Jane. Where did you hear about it?
The man doing research in the library, Nigel Mukherjee?
Another of my aunt's ideas. The fact that the Penvillins have never had a book written about them has been a perpetual source of social embarrassment for her.
Do you know much about him?
He was recommended by a friend, and he has assured us over and over that the book he publishes will cast only a positive light upon the Penvillin name. Although, come to think of it, I never have seen the contract he agreed to sign, which was to put that promise in writing.
Do you remember that guinea pig Jane used to have?
Vaguely. As I recall, it spent most of its life hiding under the shoebox Jane had put in its cage. It was black, I think. Harmless fellow. Utterly useless, of course, but harmless.
What happened to him?
It passed away a year or two ago. I told Jane she was feeding him too much, but... well, at least the little bloke died happy.
It was nice talking to you.
This is an extremely busy time for me, so I apologize in advance if you call and I'm unavailable.
I understand.
Good. Cheerio.
Can you hold on for a minute? Back! Get back! Bill, can you get him back in his cage? No, the wolfbane isn't working either. I'm sorry, one of my patients has escaped. Can you call me back later? Thanks.
Hello?
Hi, me again.
Hi, what's up?
You sure I'm not disturbing you? I mean, shouldn't you be studying or something?
Shouldn't you be solving a mystery or something?
I'm on a break.
What a coincidence. So am I. What's up?
Linda's stepdaughter, Jane, she has this really weird picture book in her room.
What do you mean, a picture book?
I mean, pictures are all that's in this book. No words, just these strange hand-drawn images. And the book is old, like it's been around for centuries.
Drawings, huh? Maybe it's some kind of an ancient instruction manual. You know, for people who didn't know how to read.
Could be. When I asked her about it, Jane said her grandfather gave it to her. And then
what?
And then she changed the subject.
Sounds like that book may prove to be pretty important.
I think Linda may be turning into the Beast of Blackmoor.
The Beast of Blackmoor?
In the 17th century, Eleanor Penvillin was rumored to have turned her husband into some kind of creature for discovering something that he shouldn't have. She was later executed for witchcraft. Anyway, while I was looking into her room through this peephole,
You were spying on her through a peephole?
No, well, sort of. Okay, so maybe I was. But the point is, I got a glimpse of her hand, and it was all hairy.
You're kidding me.
Frankly, it was pretty shocking. And if the rest of her is anything like her hand, well, it's no wonder she won't let anyone see her.
I'm sure there's a perfectly logical explanation. I have no idea what it could be, but I'm sure there is one.
I'll talk to you soon.
I'll be waiting.
Please, just take it away.
But how can you expect to feel better if you don't eat properly?
And from now on, just bring me what I ask for.
A healthy digestive system cannot do without roughage, you know.
Yes, Mrs. Drake.
Interesting. Looks like some sort of charm.
Nancy, I'm so afraid. Someone just sent me this horrid message. Look at this.
This house is now mine, so of this be warned. Thou hast angered me and shall soon be gone.
Now look on the other side. That symbol is a rune. Right side up, it means protection like a shield. But there, it's upside down. It means I'm in danger.
I wouldn't take this seriously, Jane. Someone in this house is up to no good, and I'm determined to find out who it is.
Are you really? I mean, none of these weird things started happening until you came to Blackmoor. How do I know it's not you who's behind all this?
I think you can trust me.
I think not. I don't think I can trust anyone right now. I wish I'd never come back to this place. It's old and cold, and I hate it. And I just don't want to be here.
I know you're upset, but please, you have to trust me. I'm on your side. Jane, I saw you and Ethel performing some kind of ritual. What were you doing?
Huh? I don't know what you're talking about.
You and Ethel were pouring oil or something down some kind of drain.
Coo, you're a daft one. Imagine me and Ethel running around in the middle of the night pouring oil down drains.
I didn't say anything about it taking place in the middle of the night.
Well, isn't that when weird rituals usually take place? In the dead of night? Anyway, you were probably just having a bad dream. Believe me, this castle can sometimes give you nightmares.
Do you happen to know what the symbol of a snake eating its own tail means?
Never heard of that.
I should get going.
Bye.
Yes?
Do you know what the symbol of a snake eating its tail signifies?
The Ouroboros? It's a very old image and is usually associated with alchemy. You really do come up with the strangest questions, Nancy.
I'll let you get back to your work.
Farewell.
Have you seen? The well is filled up again. It's very curious, but quite wonderful.
I think Ethel is trying to recruit Jane into some kind of secret society.
Oh, for heaven's sake, child. Where did you ever get such nonsense?
I saw Ethel and Jane performing this ritual in the Great Hall in the middle of the night.
Poppycock! A ritual in the middle of the night? Young lady, I will not abide such wild stories. Imagine Ethel Bossany recruiting my grandniece into some kind of secret society. Next thing you'll be saying Linda has been cursed by some roving spirit, or that we have ghosts prowling about.
Why did you put that charm above Linda's door?
What? I fail to see why that is any of your concern. But if you must know, I was only trying to help Linda. Oh, I am at a loss as to what to do about her. A complete loss. Sometimes extraordinary situations require extraordinary measures. I thought that perhaps a charm would help. Whatever it is that's plaguing that poor thing.
Goodbye.
Run along.
I can see into the library.
Huh? The statue, it's moving.
I just made that statue of Mercury move.
No!
Maybe this was some kind of security system that Eleanor devised when she was helping Cromwell's enemies get out of the country.